Trevor Toberny. I was a firefighter. I lost my leg due to an injury on duty. Started with a simple surgery, ended up with 28 surgeries, and as of today, I've been in total days in the hospital is 301 days over about a 2-year period. Finally got my leg after being amputated. I'm able to finally get around and not being confined to a wheelchair. Thanks to USA, I was able to get some ramps put in that allowed me to get in and out of the house in my wheelchair until now. It's still an everyday struggle dealing with insurance, workers' comp. They still want to refuse paying for a lot of the stuff. It's still difficult, and a lot of things they don't pay for, medications that antibiotics and stuff that I have to take on a daily basis, they still refuse to pay for. So there's still a lot of out-of-pocket stuff, that was still, even though it was due to an on-the-job injury. But that's about where I'm at, and my amputation date was May 18th, so I'm coming up on a year since my amputation, and hopefully things will begin to improve and get better. And one of the issues, that you face with workers' comp is, when they refuse to pay for anything, you're basically stuck. If you have private insurance, they won't pay for it because you're being covered by workers' comp. But unfortunately, in the state of Texas, the workers' comp laws are so strict that it's up to them on whether they want to pay for something or not. Whether it's medically necessary, it's my adjuster that sits behind the desk that's not medically trained that decides on what I get and what I don't get. And unfortunately, private insurance doesn't pick up, at this point. So it can be tough, and it can be tough on a lot of guys. I was, I wasn't going to be able to return to the fire department because of my leg, and so I was released there. And basically, again, through the laws and workers' comp in the state of Texas, they basically will help pay 50% of your pay, for the first year, or depending on your injury, it can be 15 months or whatever. But at that point, that stops, and it stops on the date, the year date of your injury or what have you, and regardless of where you are in recovery, it could end 2 days after you were amputated, and obviously you can't go back to work for a while, but if that year date hits, from that point right after your surgery, you're stuck, and there's nothing you can do. And there's a reason why, if you open the phone book and you look up workers' comp attorneys, you don't find any, because you can't beat the state of Texas, unfortunately.